All right, so we're talking about my friend Anthony again.
Yeah.
Mr. Black Alien Project.
Yeah, his formal name of Black Alien Project.
Well, people keep bugging me about it. Like, I've been having people bug me about him for the last couple of weeks because he's vanished from Instagram. And it's always, have you noticed him? Yes, I've noticed. So, I do follow the guy. Like, we've actually followed one another. So it was like one of those things where you just stop seeing his posts. But then you mentioned that his artist is still posting about him, so I went and I looked.
Well, I saw a session that they were doing on the side of his head, which didn't look like he was enjoying very much, which I can understand.
Well,
that was fairly new.
My one and only interaction with Gato Marino, I showed you this.
Yep.
He sent me a random message. It just said "eyeball, bro." Is this an invitation?
Yes.
My exact response was "huh?" question mark. And then there was no more.
Oh, it's so great.
So I mean, yeah, I went and I looked at dude's page, and yeah, he's in all his stories, so he's not dead.
No, he's definitely not dead.
There's people who think that he might be dead or like he's taken his life or so. There are people who think these things.
Well, most people go to morbid pretty quickly.
Well, they use their inclinations to guide them, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, he must be unhealthy, so of course he ended his life.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just this.
Yeah, there's no middle ground. Just like, oh yeah, that's exactly it.
He was as mentally unwell as I thought, and now it's over.
All of my suspicions were confirmed.
Yeah. Well, so what I make of it is a bit different. I'm kind of disgusted with social media passively all the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right? Like even when I'm engaging with it, it's like it's a chore for the most part.
Yeah, it's work for sure.
And your best bet is like you might get some decent people, but most of what you're engaging with is horrible.
Which is odd. Like the other thing I can't quite tell about that is like, is it just social media that brings out that behavior, or are these bots that are just inflammatory?
There's probably some of both.
Yeah.
Because I think especially like TikTok, bots will start the whole thing, and then real people will get into it.
Oh, I see.
After they see an argument
bots
happening.
start to fight.
Like they'll take flammable subjects, and everything about Black Alien is flammable.
You're not wrong.
Like his very being is flammable. Every single angle about him is flammable.
Yeah.
Right? So they'll take something like that, and then I think bots get in the mix, and they'll push buttons they know will open up conversations, and it generates all kinds of revenue, right? Like they'll print articles, and there'll be this thing and that thing, and ads get involved. It turns into a fucking circus act. It's happened to me a million times.
Well, it just one very similar just happened to you about you and Black Alien.
I was literally looking up stuff to see if there's any new developments that I hadn't been aware of with Black Alien Project. Like, so obviously, he was talking about leg removal, and that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
He still has his legs.
Well, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, well,
I like
it is
my
what
legs.
it is. I have my reservations about the whole subject, but we'll get into that. Yeah, and I found a couple I found one article first when I was Googling things about him, about the two of us. It was like tattooed dad condones self-mutilation or something. Like it was some crazy buzz click kind of article that they paraphrased me heavily.
Yeah, I
got the Joe Rogan edit.
Yeah, you really did.
Like, they stitched together words that I used in a way that formed a noose, you know?
Well, I mean, again, I was a part of the video which you said those things, and they're in no way
and
connected.
his co-host.
Oh, really? I'm
You were
co-host?
referenced.
Yes! Sweet. Not by name, but by title. Excellent.
Yeah, they chopped together something like, maybe I'm condoning self-mutilation, and then they paraphrased, what is the value of a human life after? Like, almost like I was killing the man.
Like you were saying that like people don't matter. It was one of those like, oh, sweet.
Well, yeah, it's true. I did say those things, but they were taken way out of context.
Yeah.
I'm more flattered than I am bothered by it.
Yeah, I would be too.
I'm certainly not surprised. I hadn't seen these though. And then when I got pulling on that thread, I seen the Daily Star and the Daily Sun, all the usual culprits ran the story as well.
Yeah.
Like there were all kinds of them, and I was like, holy crap, they're just looking for anything.
Oh yeah.
Like, these guys have nothing to work with.
Well, I mean, they have to turn out so much.
Anyone's watching this channel.
I mean, apparently the news is the mainstream media.
So,
or not mainstream, the side stream media, I guess.
I can very easily understand where he leaves social media.
Yeah, I would too.
And if I were him, I don't think I would ever come back either.
It's fair.
Like I'm always like, oh man, I could just be done. Like Instagram's getting worse every day.
Yeah.
So the quality wasn't high of your engagements to begin with. Like it was always kind of bottom feeding and fighting with people over dumb things and whatever. But now it's gotten to a place where it's just serving ads.
Yeah.
So I could see easily pulling out of it. But there is another side to it for me where he made some pretty lofty claims about leg removal, right? And his percentage isn't really going up of completion. And what is the percent anyway? Where I think it's been stuck at 40-something% complete forever, but then it's like, oh, well, it won't be done until I'm 300%. Like it's on his page, like he's got all these statistics about how far along his project is. And I just think that it's just such a kind of nothing burger of a statement. Like I'm not trying to be rude, but it's like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And are you going to go much farther? Because leg removal was talked about quite a while ago.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. If he doesn't go that route, I'll be more happy.
Oh, yeah, but like the problem with, again, having an Instagram page and having said those kinds of things is people don't let you off.
Yeah.
Right now, everybody, for good and bad, like his fans and his detractors, are expecting him to serve up the next meal.
That's so odd, though.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's such an odd thing that we have. Like, I mean, I can understand it in some respects in terms of like, so say you've got a business and your business is promising something and you're developing new things and you're putting those things out there. But this is literally just him modifying himself and the expectation of his shareholders, as in his followers, because they are investors, right? They're investors of time and energy, and it translates potentially to dollars for him. So it's like his investors are expecting him to destroy himself in some ways.
Get on with it.
Yeah, really, that's what they're.
What's the holdup?
That's what they're demanding of him, which is crazy.
It's a bit bloodthirsty.
This isn't like, when's the new iPhone coming out? I
have this same problem because my main commodity, my main export is the third suit.
Yeah.
Right? If I were to just stop, because if I woke up one day, I was like, I don't want to do anymore. I've had enough. And God, there will be a day when that happens, I'm pretty sure.
More than likely.
Like, because I've known enough people who've gone far into body mod now that have stopped eventually that I'm not going to say I'm special. Like, I'm the only one that's never going.
I'll do this forever.
Yeah. So, I mean, I might, but there might be a time when I stop.
I'll stop when the sun engulfs me.
And then all of a sudden, my main export is done. And people don't care anymore.
Yeah, really.
Right? And I already know that. But for some people, like, they get used to that constant dopamine, right? Of people are interested in what I'm doing. And this is where we've thought before, is he being pushed by that? Right? Where I kind of, my Instagram is, I think, 3 months behind where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like, I barely even care to keep it up to date.
Yeah.
Even my YouTube is routinely a couple months behind where I'm at.
Yeah.
I would keep doing it without that. I already know that. I like getting tattooed.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm well aware.
So like the notoriety part of it, it does have a pull.
Yeah.
But it's not much for me. I can't answer that for him though.
Yeah.
Like it could be the case that he realized that it was kind of goading him along, right? Like it was kind of that piece he did on his head, the scalpel or what was it, branding or whatever it was.
Yep.
Like that part was very strange, and it felt. We said then, like it felt like it was a manifestation of social media.
Yeah.
Right, and so that might be a point for him where he was like, "Oh, maybe I better not bleed into this too much."
I mean, it's certainly possible. Like that.
We don't know for sure, but
I mean, I would love to talk to him, but I mean, at the same time, it's one of those like, sometimes I don't know
I'm
if
his
people.
counterpart, so he should have no problem talking to me.
Yeah, that's
what those
fair.
articles said.
Yeah, you are his Canadian brother at this point.
Yeah.
But I mean, like sometimes people aren't aware of themselves, so let alone like having a conversation with him. He may have a logical explanation for it, but he may not understand its underlying motive. You know what I mean? Or he's become aware of it, and that's why he's gotten out of it, you know?
Yeah, well, there's so many stupid things. Like, they paraphrase him the same way. Like, I've seen articles that are like, Black Alien Project regrets transformation. Black Alien Project can't find job, has no money. Like Where is this? Where are you getting
What do you?
this?
Yeah. How do you have this?
Do you know how much this shit will cost him?
Oh, it's insane.
Like, he doesn't look like he's on the road.
No.
Like, where is this money coming from?
Yeah.
Like, it's just baffling. All that stuff. If I could just go without all of that for the rest, I would probably be good. But at the same time, I do get a kick out of it too. But I'm
Yeah.
a bit of an absurdist.
I mean, the only thing that I don't like is that, I mean, you can't. If those articles are allowed to continue in that fashion, where it's just piecing things together, people won't do anything. Because like it's
if
too
you're
risky.
Too concerned,
almost.
right? Like if I was concerned, I would probably never open my mouth again. If people were to go through our podcasts, the Remy Show podcast,
Oh, you can stitch together some wild shit.
I'd be done.
Yeah.
They could have me in behind bars by now. I said so much shit.
Yeah, well, that's what we do. We talk shit.
But
fun.
it's like, what is the context?
Yeah,
What
nobody
the-
cares about that apparently.
No, and that's the thing, right? Everybody just assumes that it's one thing, and you don't even like. We've done it a little bit now, right?
Yep.
But then again, he's not on here to talk with us.
Well, that's my main push. If anybody does have any contact with him, I mean, I'd love to have an interview, just like what you did with Lily Lou. I think it would be fantastic.
Yeah, I think so for sure.